In this video, I'm going to be talking to Michele Bishop, who is our superstar of the month for our Bounce community. Michele set an incredible 42 actions and completed 30 of those over the month. But more importantly, she's going to be talking to you about how you can introduce Loom into your practice to help save time, not only for you, but also for your team members, and also provide extra value for your customers. So stop wasting time and start recording some Loom videos. And here's Michele talking about how to start. So today I am joined by our superstar of the month, Michele. Michele, if you could just introduce yourself, your name, practice, and how many team members you have.
So I'm Michele Bishop, and I have a practice called Bishop Jones in Wells in Somerset, and there's a team of 5 full-time and 1 contractor that works a couple of days a week with us, so 6 in total.
Excellent. And you've been a member of Bounce for about 2 months now. And what sort of made you join the Bounce community?
I'd read Simon's book, Banish the Bottleneck, and so really I just wanted to enhance the firm, really, for not only me but for the staff as well, and to bring in some of the KPIs. So it was really to look at how I could bring in KPIs within the organisation.
Excellent. And when do you, so the reason why we've given you Superstar of the Month is, well, there's lots of reasons, but during the month you'd set 42 actions. And as you know, we love actions here, but you also completed 30 of them, which is pretty incredible. There must have been a fair amount of work going on. But one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about mainly was one of the actions you talked about, or you had, is creating numerous Loom videos on your practice management system. So just talk to me about what you were going through before you had those.
With anything, so we were implementing at this point a new practice management system, and over the last few years, you have software. It doesn't matter what it is. It can even be your accounts production, everything, and you have new employees, trainees, even those that have 30 years worth of experience, but they come in, they don't know your software, and so they ask you numerous questions, and some of those questions can be the same question time and time again. And so Loom videos are fantastic for that. I can record the answer to their question, put it into our knowledge hub, and then when they come and ask me, I can just push them into one direction, and then they know where to go every time to get the answers.
So I'm guessing, thank you for that. So I'm guessing that you were losing quite a bit of time on answering questions, and I guess frustration as well, because sometimes when we're asked the same question, we feel a bit frustrated. Is that the case?
That is the case. And I think it all started most probably a couple of years ago, where we had a corporation tax piece of software, and there was one small element that one particular member of staff would constantly come to me because they'd forget that small element within the software. Did a Loom video, and it was actually them that came back to me and said it was great because they could even fast forward to the spot where they would always forget. And at that point, that really was the catalyst to say, do this going forward.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I used it only yesterday to show Michele how to find something, and again, I have a video that Simon recorded for me ages ago, and it's something that I do probably once every 3 or 4 months, and therefore I don't retain the information because I'm not doing it often enough. And it's, yeah, no, I love it. It's brilliant. So for your team, I know there was some feedback from your team as well about how they found it. You just want to share that as well?
Yeah, so when I was doing the videos, obviously sometimes you're conscious of who you're going to be sharing these videos with, because they're also great for your clients because you can show clients around. They're great for me. So as you've just said, you forget. So one of the first videos I did was how I had to set up my team members within the software because it was quite complex. And I knew that if in 12 months' time I get a new team member, I would have forgotten. But when I did the first, I would say half a dozen or so looms, I didn't have my picture in the video. So you can choose on Loom whether you have your picture or not. So I'd gone through and I was picking our client data. Now, it was actually internal, so it was my company data, just to show how to do things. And when one particular member of staff went then to look at the Looms and she was listening through, she'd questioned with herself this professional video that had been done for the software. And then she questioned why it was actually showing our own information. And it actually took her until she was about halfway through watching, I think it was halfway through 6 videos, that she realized that it wasn't the software company that had done these professional videos, but I'd actually done them myself. So, and she came and told me. So it was great. She thought they'd been professionally done.
So what can I just again probably put words into your mouth? So if somebody is, so a lot of the time people don't do these things because of their fear of the video and everything else. So is that sort of your first tip to get started with it? Is just turn off the video so they don't have to worry about who it is.
Yeah. I try and encourage my team, and my team won't do it. I was the same. I didn't like doing videos. You are conscious of that camera being on, but I just say just especially when you've got something like software packages, you've got them in front of you, you're clicking around, and you can just talk about what you're doing as you're doing it. So if you don't want that picture to be there, you can switch it off and you can just go, and that's the easiest way of forgetting that you're actually doing a video anyway. So yeah, my top tip for those that are trying it, turn the I think is a little circle. You can have a little circle or a big circle. Turn it off. It doesn't have to be there, and then just talk about what you're doing as you're clicking through.
Brilliant. That's great, because I know, as you say, it's a common fear why people don't do it. So to switch that off, I think is. And where did you? So just another question: where did you start? What was what made you choose the first video? Was there a particular subject or anything?
Yeah, this is going back about 4 years ago now. I actually did it for a client. I had a client during lockdown that every month they would phone me how to do a PayPal reconciliation. And every month we'd go through the same process. And after 3 months of going through this process, at that time there was loads of stuff, and I had, everybody used to laugh at me. I had a Loom subscription, a Zoom subscription, everything else, and I thought, I've got this subscription, let's do it. So the next time I went through the reconciliation and I sent it to the client, and the client never asked me again. They use the video every month to work out any issues they have. It's all in this video, and that's where it all started. So now it's a case of, is somebody going to ask me this more than once? Yes, let's do it in a Loom video.
So I guess that's probably your second tip, isn't it? There is that if before you give somebody some information or show somebody how to do something, if you feel anybody, even if it's the same person, is going to ask you a second time, then just record the Loom.
Yeah. And I'd say, even from a personal point of view, I had that situation where I was thinking, I'm never going to remember this in a year's time, how to do this. So I did myself a Loom video for me.
Yeah, I like that. Recording stuff that you do yourself for yourself is I'd not given that. Yes, that's really good, because that again, sometimes you take 5-10 minutes to get into a job because you just can't remember it. Whereas that makes total sense. Oh, no, that's brilliant. Thank you very much for sharing that, because I think it's really useful for people to see the real life stuff, what stops you from doing it, and also where to start. So that's brilliant. So thank you very much again for being our superstar of the month, because as I say, the stuff that you managed to get done in that month was brilliant. So thank you for joining us.
That's all right. Thank you.